Welcome back to my corner of the internet, guys. I am the Lucid Dream, and today we have a sovereign citizen who understands but doesn't understand. First and foremost, thank you to all of my channel members and subscribers. Without you, I would not be here. So as always, every day, thank you. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Can you say that again, please?
Trooper Volney State Police will be recorded. Reason for the stop, your tags are expired.
Okay.
And your driver license and insurance registration, please.
So I'm not driving right now. I'm traveling to my grandparents' house. Technically, I am not driving.
I need your driver license, please.
Can I roll this up for my protection?
If you feel like you need to.
Okay, so am I being detained?
Right now, for the traffic stop, yes, I need your driver license.
I don't consent to the traffic stop.
You don't have to consent, so.
And I don't consent to the driver's license. I don't have any weapons. I'm not a threat, I promise you. I'm traveling.
Driver license, though.
No, I'm not driving. And so I don't consent to a driver's license. I will not be giving you that documentation. I'm traveling to my grandparents' house right up the road on Franklin.
Okay.
I'm not driving. I don't have passengers. I'm not transporting services. I'm not using the road to produce an income.
Statute says that you
No, statutes is for drivers, not travelers. I'm not driving because I'm not being paid to operate. There's a difference. It's a commercial term, I promise. I don't have weapons. I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat.
Cool, man.
20, if you're trying to reach station 30, you're too broken on your portable.
You copy now.
Heavy static, go ahead.
Can you have 24 stop my way? So, I just need a driver license for purposes of this.
I can tell you my name is David.
I need to see a driver's license.
I'm not driving. I don't have to give you that information. You can identify me. My name is David. My family lives on Franklin. I'm a resident of Bandon.
Okay, do you have a driver's license?
I do have a driver's license, but I'm not going to give it to
You
you.
can give me your full name?
David Zaragoza with a Z-A-R-A-G.
It's just easier if I get your driver's license.
Not for me, it's not, sir. I promise you it's not easier for me.
It is for me, though.
I don't consent.
You don't have to consent.
I do have to consent. The law is based on consent. It's a
I'm sorry you feel that.
consent to be governed unless we're under martial law. Are we?
That's the worst part about it, is he apparently does have a driver's license. It's suspended, but he actually does have a driver's license, which means he consented long enough to get the driver's license in the first place. So when it was suspended, he went on Google and looked up, how do I drive without a driver's license? And this is what he came up with.
Are we under martial law? Is it Uniform Code of Military Justice? Because if it's martial law, then I don't have rights. I'm traveling,
Okay.
which is not
What's your last name?
Zaragoza, family name.
Another unit up at the 24.
Family name.
Negative, he's just not wanting to give me his driver's license.
I don't
What's your
consent.
last name?
My family name,
What's
Zaragoza.
your last name if I went to find a DL for you? What
Yeah,
would be your last name?
Zaragoza.
How do you spell that?
Z-A-R-A-G-O-Z-A.
Z-A-R-A-G-O-Z-A.
First name, David.
Is that short for anything?
No,
What's your middle name?
I don't consent to
What's
give
your date of
you.
birth?
I don't have a date of birth.
Okay.
But you have the expired license plate, and you have my
Are you
name.
the owner of the vehicle?
Yeah, I should come up.
You should come up.
Go ahead, and you have consent to look me up in your database. Yeah.
So,
So you already have my
you
name.
won't give me your date of birth.
I don't consent to date of birth. I'm not a ship. I wasn't birthed. I was created 9 months before that date. Trust me, this is not my first day. I don't consent to being called a driver. I'm not driving. I'm traveling. Please, I don't want to get
Right now,
upset.
I'm asking you for your driver's license. You won't
And
give me all your date
No.
of birth.
Right, I don't
Or whenever
consent.
you
I
whenever
don't
you want to
consent.
say it.
I don't consent.
Okay, if you don't consent to those items, you can and will be arrested for failure to carry and present.
No, that's not true because I'm not driving. I'm challenging jurisdiction.
He doesn't. He says that he's not driving. He's traveling.
I'm challenging
I'm gonna
jurisdiction.
watch him. I'm gonna go see what.
You're being recorded for my safety. Hello, Jordan. How are you?
What did he stop you for?
Expired tags.
Okay. Did you see that they are expired on there?
I don't want to answer. I don't want to answer any
Okay, you don't have
questions.
Well, what's the deal today?
I'm traveling to my grandparents' house on Franklin,
Okay.
and I was stopped for expired tags.
Okay.
Is what he says.
So you
But
understand what he's telling you about just having to provide a license or identification or
right,
identifying
and
yourself?
what I'm saying,
yours.
what I'm saying is I'm challenging jurisdiction. So what I'm doing is I'm declining.
What do you mean you're challenging jurisdiction?
I'm traveling.
Okay.
So traveling is not driving. Supreme Court's already made that determination.
Okay.
I've already been down this path several times.
Right.
In California, in Oregon. I've learned a lot.
Well, on
And
Highway 42, they pulled you out of the car. And
That's
arrested
correct.
you.
Yeah, that's correct.
We
And I
went
didn't
down that
consent
road.
to that.
Well,
That was
understand
unlawful. That was unlawful. That might have been legal, but it was unlawful.
Okay.
Okay.
And what I'm doing is I'm not consenting to your unlawful arrest because I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
Okay, David.
And that's a clear difference because I don't have passengers. I'm not transporting for hire. I'm not engaged in commercial services. I'm not using the road as a means to produce an income. Clearly, I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
Oregon has said
The state of Oregon
Driving
doesn't
on-
have jurisdiction
you're driving
over.
on any public roadway.
No, that's arguable in court. And I understand. I understand.
Okay.
I don't understand.
I'm not
I
arguing with you.
understand.
I understand where you're coming from. This is what you are.
These officers are having way too much patience with this guy. Like, this is ridiculous. This kind of stuff should not be allowed to continue. It's obviously bullshit. Why continue to converse with him? It's getting you nowhere. They are just talking in circles.
This is what you argue every time, right? Every time you've been stopped.
So far, it's worked half of the times, and right now it's not going so good because you're not understanding. You're only understanding the statutes and the codes. You're understanding what the state of Oregon.
No.
It's Mr. Zergoza.
Okay. So the thing is,
I know what you want.
Either your name or your driver's license. You don't.
I gave you my
own the
name.
vehicle, you may own it, but you haven't registered it the proper way to the DMV. So I need those one of those two things, so I can identify you.
Can I give you my passport?
Yeah. Sure.
So I'm gonna reach in here. There's no weapons. I'm not a threat. Okay, so I have my passport, which, if you don't mind, I'd like to keep my property. I can show it to you. So the other thing too that I'd like you guys to take
I
notice.
just don't really want to take notice of anything else.
Yeah,
That's
you
what-
do need to
yeah.
take notice of that first. So there's my name and my information from my passport.
Is this the guy that emailed us and known about? Why do you play these games?
It's not a game. This is my livelihood.
You know you can get arrested. You could get.
No, I don't consent to the arrest. And so
Be about consent.
what I'm doing is I'm creating a court of record.
Not
This
only
is a
are
court
you-
of record right
Let me-
now.
Let me explain it, please. Not only are
You've only been trained what you've been trained.
Let me explain it. Not only are you failing to carry and present when you refuse to identify yourself, continuing to do that is also obstructing governmental administration because I can't do my job.
Your job is unlawful. Your job is legal, based in legalities and legalese. But what I'm doing is I'm operating outside of
If you feel
legalese.
that way, then maybe you shouldn't be driving. Maybe
No, I'm not driving. I've already told you I'm not driving. I'm traveling. There is a difference because I'm not transporting. I used to be an ambulance driver. You remember that?
I know, yeah.
I was a driver.
Mhm.
I was a wheelchair van transport driver.
Mhm.
But what happens when we clock out? There has to be a clear distinction when we clock out. When you clock out, you travel
So,
home to
can
get
I
your groceries.
Tell you real quick.
I mean, we can argue,
I'm not
but
gonna argue with you. That's not what I'm here to do.
So it seems like one of the police officers knows him. Maybe that's why they're being a little bit more patient with him. You know, he says he used to be an ambulance driver. You really have to wonder, what kind of shift do you have to have in your life to go from holding a normal job like being an ambulance driver to comparing yourself to a ship and that you were created and you weren't birthed. It's so weird how people go through these transitions to get to this point just to justify not having a driver's license.
Not here to try and take up any more of your time than we need to.
I don't want to do that either.
Okay. What I want you to understand is Trooper Varney and I have both been down this route several times.
Yeah.
We've gone to court over it.
Yeah.
Upheld. Okay.
No, then they're doing it wrong, and my job is to do it differently.
People who have the same stance as you, okay?
Yeah.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, correct?
Well, opinion is up to the judge, and that's why no fact.
That's what I'm explaining to you.
Is
when we've gone to court over this.
It's all over opinion.
It's upheld by the judge. Okay?
Do you have insurance?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, thank you.
I normally wear a shirt that says one's purpose to stop human trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
I've done no harm.
I'm not saying you have.
No, I'm telling you that I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
And the law says to do no harm.
Mm-hmm.
There's no trespass, property damage, no injury, no injured party.
No one's claiming that.
Exactly. So then no law has been broken. So then every broken law is a commercial crime. And that's why there's no driver's license and insurance and registration, hypothetically, because those are commercial instruments. For someone who's traveling from point A to point B and not engaged in commerce, shouldn't require commercial instruments for travel. And because that's what I do, I sojourn, I travel constantly like a traveling salesman, but right now I'm not engaged in commerce. I'm just going to my family's home. So because no harm, no injury, no trespass or property damage, no crime other than commercial violation, which is not a crime. It's a violation and it's a traffic stop. So right now I'm being trafficked. And so my purpose is to, at some point down the road, for my kids, to end human trafficking because there's no injured party. So if there's no injured party, then there's no harm and there's no crime other than a commercial violation. And the state of Oregon is a corporation, and the county of Coos is a corporation, and the city of Bandon is a corporation. And if anything, hypothetically, I would be accused of violating a statute, not committing a crime. And what I'm doing is I am attempting to make a clear distinction between the public and the private, traveling and driving, legal and lawful, crime and violation. And if I'm a commercial driver, if I'm Bay-City's ambulance driving with my uniform and I break a violation, of course. But David, the man called David, is traveling because I'm not engaged in commerce. And I know this isn't an argument from the side of the road, but you know how far I'm willing to go. I'll go the distance.
And that's your right.
It is my right, but at what point does traveling also become my right?
That's something to take up with the judge.
Well, the judge for a county circuit court is opinion, and I have to go to federal district court, and no attorney's going to take this case.
Okay.
So not this case, but any case pertaining to these types of ideas. So you're very reasonable. You've always been, and you remember what happened the last time I saw you. It breaks my heart to see you now. Because the last time I saw you was not good.
You're in a bad place.
I'm in a better place now.
I'm glad to hear that.
Despite what it looks like.
How's your kid doing?
Wonderful.
Good. Yeah.
But also I've got another one on the way, and that's why this is all so much
You got
more
a daughter,
important.
correct?
Yeah.
How old's she now?
6 years old.
6? Nice.
Yeah, I appreciate you hearing me. It's 12-minute long YouTube video, and I apologize, but you're in the public.
You don't have to apologize.
And I'm in the private, and that's why I'm doing this, is because we need to make a distinction. So for the record, I don't accept any contracts from the state of Oregon or any of its agents.
Okay. I'm going to warn you for the expired tags. I'm going to issue 2 citations. One for driving while suspended, the other failure to carry proof of financial responsibility. There's a code date below, so for deadline. There's 4 options below that.
I don't consent to any of this. I'm sorry, I don't accept. So you could do whatever you need to do with it. You could do whatever. I don't consent. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
So he tried to be sneaky there, turning the camera off after the officer had just said that he was going to be issued several citations, trying to make it seem like he had won the argument and he was going to go about his day, but that is obviously not what happened. I have no idea if his car was towed, if he was arrested, if he tried to deny the tickets. They seem to be pretty patient with him because they knew him, but I would love to know where he came up with the idea that that this was human, because I don't think that means what he thinks it means. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you would like to see, and I will catch you on the next one.